boys and girls, it's author Maria Dismondy. Today we're talking about peace in our Sunny Side homeschool. I shared a globe. This globe is different. You don't see blue water, it's black. I think it's supposed to be fancy and cool. But we talked about the globe, how this is 3D. This is our Earth. I read the story of Ferdinand, which is also a motion picture movie for kids. Wonderful story by Monroe Leaf, drawings by Robert Lawson, about a bull who is peaceful, and instead of fighting and hitting and hurting other bulls, this bull Ferdinand just likes to go sit by a tree and smell flowers. A beautiful example of peace. Boys and girls, your grown-up can go ahead and go to the resource page. You can find it in the description below, and you can download the PowerPoint. And in the PowerPoint presentation, there is a video about peace and what peace looks like for kids. The example of peace is a quiet and calm state of mind plus agreement and harmony among people. There are different ways that we can experience peace. We can practice quiet inside our home, outside of our home. Quiet means no music. No distractions with screens, just quiet peace. We can also have respect for nature. That's another way to experience peace, and that would be growing something and taking care of it. And just the simple act of taking care of something or someone and being able to provide, it can bring you a sense of peace. Another way is by celebrating people's differences. Respect for all humans. Celebrating people's differences can bring peace to our earth. And an example of that is my story, Chocolate Milk, Por Favor. This is the version in Korean, and this is the English version. So in Chocolate Milk, Por Favor, it is a story about a little boy who is from South America, from Brazil, and he speaks a different language, and there's a boy in the story who isn't very kind to him because he's different. But the other boys and girls, actions speak louder than words. The other boys and girls are so kind, so compassionate, and take care of Gabe. And they celebrate his differences. They learn from him. They see that he's a super good soccer player, and they learn from that. Instead of saying, no, we don't want to be with you because you're different, they say, no, be with us and teach us. We see you, we hear you, we want to be your friend. And so that was another example. We did read another story called Salam Alaikum, and it stands for a message of peace. A beautiful story, words by Harris J., pictures by Ward Jenkins. All different examples of how people can be peaceful and share kindness and compassion. Now, after that, we watched another video about kids who are upstanders, and an upstander is someone who is a problem solver. So another way that we can experience peace is by being an activist. And here's the deal, kids actually can make a difference. Kids can be upstanders, kids can be problem solvers. They can start in their home, they can then go into their schools and stand up and be kind and make a difference, and then they can also do this in their community. And so kids can make a difference. Kids can be upstanders. When they see something that's not right, they can help make a difference. Sometimes it can be scary, but you can go to a trusted adult to get help. You can stand up for peace, and it starts with kindness, it starts with compassion, right in your own heart, and accepting and celebrating differences. And so boys and girls, we ended today by saying goodbye. In Australia, what they say is see ya. And so again, these are some of the stories that we shared with messages of peace, messages of accepting diversity and celebrating diversity, and a beautiful example of peace in children's picture books. All right, everyone. We also, for your turn, we drew an earth and we wrote peace on it. Get it? Peace on earth. And then for the demonstration, we rubbed our hands together really fast. And what do you notice? I noticed that my hands are getting really hot. Because when two people rub each other the wrong way, which is a saying people use for when two people disagree on something, it creates a friction, it creates heat, and it can create anger and hatred and uncomfortable feelings. How do we solve those feelings? We don't solve it with violence or with crime. What we solve it with is peace. How did we fix that? come away calmly, compassionately, with kindness, with accepting differences. So this was a nice example, just being able to feel that friction and thinking, how can I get that friction to go away in a peaceful way? One of those ways is to drop the ball, right? Is to, if there's arguing, you can say, I know what I believe in. I know what I see. I don't agree with what you believe in, but I'm not going to solve that with hurting others. I'm going to walk away peacefully. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. We'll be talking about community on Wednesday. See you then.